How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. Today I want to talk to you about my Bitcoin mining experience. So I bought a Bitcoin miner about 3 months ago, and my brother-in-law and I have been running it since then. And I want to talk to you about how profitable it is, because you would probably actually be pretty surprised. It's actually a great investment, but the bigger question is whether it's better than just buying Bitcoin. So I want to talk to you about it. I have some videos to show you what it's like. I want to talk you through how I got it, what goes into setting it up, then also take a look at some of the numbers and what I could do better, because it's actually much more profitable if you buy a Bitcoin miner now than when I bought it just a few months ago. If you guys don't mind hitting the like button and subscribe button, I appreciate that. Also, this is not the easiest way to get Bitcoin. This is definitely like a mini job, at least when you set it up. But if you want some really easy Bitcoin, you can go to the link underneath the video and sign up for BlockFi, start depositing there, and you get up to $250 in free Bitcoin. And while you're trying to make your life a little bit easier, you can also check out the link underneath the video to Unstoppable Domains, where you can get a readable wallet address, and it's much easier to receive and to send crypto this way. So definitely check out those links underneath the video. So a few months ago, I bought a Bitcoin miner, and I'm working on this with my brother-in-law, Mitch. If you guys wanted to see his channel, he also talks about crypto. There's a link to it underneath the video. It'd be awesome if you got up to 5,000 subs. So definitely check him out. But we decided that we really want to try out this Bitcoin miner. So we got an S19J Pro 104 terahash per second Bitmain anti-miner. Now, that's a lot of language, but basically this is the miner we got. I'll show some videos on the screen. There are faster Bitcoin miners now, but back then that was about as good as you could get. So now there's the Pro 110 terahash per second. There's also the XP 140 terahash per second, and both of these are actually less expensive now than the miner we got. We spent about $12,500 on our Bitcoin miner, and again, I'll show you how much it's actually brought in. But these other miners cost a little bit less now, actually a decent amount less than the miner we got, and they're actually faster and would mine more Bitcoin. Now there is a backlog for these, so you can't get them right away. Let's take a look at this. So basically we ordered this and we were able to get it within a couple weeks. Now we had to pay some pretty big shipping costs. All in all though, it cost $12,500. We got the cords. My brother-in-law figured out what we had to do to get it set up with a pool. So basically you can mine by yourself and try to get the 1 block reward, which at the time of this recording is over $250,000, I believe. So you can try to get that, but you might go the whole length of the miner without ever getting one of those rewards. So you can sign up to a pool, and it brings everyone's earnings together. So that way you're not taking a big risk, and it's distributed between all the miners. So you get paid out a daily amount, and then after a certain amount of time, you can get it paid out to your accounts. As time goes on, you realize there are a couple big questions, and it's not really, or you don't really think about the same stuff at the beginning of mining as you do at the end, because it is highly, highly profitable. Over these 84 days, we made about $1,900. So the income so far is about 0.0414 Bitcoin. Now, that is worth $1,900 now. It could change at any moment, right? I don't know when you're watching this, but this is about 0.0005 Bitcoin a day, or about $23. That doesn't sound like that much, but over time, it just gets bigger and bigger, obviously. And as Bitcoin's price goes up, it can make you a lot of money. Now, the cost per day in electricity is about $4.47. I put this as the CapEx per day. That's basically how much the miner costs divided by how many days I believe it should last. So it should last 4 to 7 years. I just put 5 years to make the math easy. So it costs about $7 a day to buy this miner, but I paid for it all up front. Obviously, the profit per day after the CapEx and after the cost of electricity is about $11.60. Now, I think we can pretty much take out the CapEx because some of the numbers will be thrown off down here. Basically, the total value you get, you put in $12,500, you get about $34,000 at today's prices and at today's hash rate. The tax deduction is really nice as well. If you didn't know, you can write this off on your taxes. So because I'm in a higher tax bracket, it's really nice to get $4,600 off my taxes. That is the actual value that goes into my pocket because I wrote off about $12,500. Now I will have to pay income on the money coming in, but it's nice I can kind of kick that can down the road. Now, the big question for me isn't how much money I can make, because this is great. $33,600 is great on a $12,500 investment, but I already feel strongly about Bitcoin in the first place. So the main question is, do I get more Bitcoin if I buy a Bitcoin miner or if I just buy spot Bitcoin? So if I had just bought spot, the price of Bitcoin when I was buying the Bitcoin miner was about what it's at today, about 47, 48,000. So I would have been able to buy about 0.27 Bitcoin. Now the question is, will I make more than that with this Bitcoin miner? Now, when we look at just how much income I've made so far, I should get significantly more Bitcoin with this Bitcoin miner than just buying spot Bitcoin. If we take this number and multiply it by 4, multiply that by 5 years, that gives me how much I should actually get over the lifespan of this miner based on what we're getting so far. Now the problem comes in that the hash rate will continue to get higher and higher. So at today's hash rate, I should be able to get about 0.83 Bitcoin over the length of this miner. Now again, some of this goes to the energy, right? About a fourth of this is going to be gone because of the fact that we have to pay for electricity. Also, I'm splitting it with my brother Mitch. So as time goes on, you come up with these extra expenses. You also, the big thing, again, is that you have to figure out what do you think the hash rate's going to be. So as time goes on, if the price of Bitcoin goes up, that's fantastic, but also the hash rate should go up in a similar way. So over the last 4 years, we can see that the hash rate has actually gone up in 4x. So over the last 3 years, it's become 4 times more difficult to get Bitcoin when you're mining. So as time goes on, we should mine less and less Bitcoin. So it's kind of a toss-up. It's really hard to know what's going to happen in the future because the hash rate's always changing, the price is always changing. You also have to look at what you think Bitcoin's going to do short term. If Bitcoin all of a sudden went to $250,000 in the next year, it would have made a lot more sense to buy spot Bitcoin because I would have about $50,000 compared to owning a miner, which is going to continuously get more and more Bitcoin a day, and it's going to be highly profitable, but I don't have that all right away. So there's a time value to this as well. So in the end, I think it really comes down to what are you looking for? Do you want like another side hobby that gets you some Bitcoin? And it's kind of a toss-up whether it will actually make you more Bitcoin over time, or do you want the low stress of just buying Bitcoin? In the end, I think it's really going to be dependent on what you want, and it's not real clear which one's better. I think a lot of people that mine, at least for public companies, are doing it because they can use other people's money. And that makes a lot of sense too. If you can make a couple $100,000 a year and you don't have to put up any of your own money and you're just a Bitcoin miner, you get enough volume that you can start taking larger and larger salaries, it makes a lot of sense. And maybe that's a little bit cynical, but I think it's true. There's a lot of incentive for people that can use other people's money to be able to buy this Bitcoin, especially if the price goes up dramatically. You're going to make out like bandits. And it's a little bit easier for some people to just get extra money for this hardware than it is to go and get hundreds of millions of dollars with no revenue to buy Bitcoin, right? Think about some company that is not a mining company trying to get access to this level of Bitcoin. It'd be very difficult. So I think in the end, again, it comes down to what you want. It is cool to see money coming in passively. Also, you do get a really nice tax deduction. So let me know your thoughts on this underneath the video. Again, you can check out BlockFi to get some easy Bitcoin, and then also unstoppable domains to make your life a lot better. And check out Mitch's channel underneath the video. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.